in 2070, when I was a teenager, there stood an old abandoned house on the edge of the park on the Wirral. My friends and I passed this house many times, and not really given it much thought until the day we decided to have a closer look. The house was pretty big, and it had 3 floors. All of the windows were missing, and it looked like it had been on fire once or twice. It had a stone wall surrounding the property, which we had no difficulty in climbing. Navigating through the overgrown garden on the other side of the wall, we eventually reached the front door of the house. There was a small gap in the boards that covered the door so we could crawl inside. Once inside, we had to use the light on our phones to see, but we found the downstairs to be completely empty. No furniture, nothing. After exploring the downstairs and the basement area of the house and finding nothing interesting, we headed for the stairs. Reaching the top, we were faced with 4 doors, each locked, with not 1, not 2, but 3 sliding bolt locks on the outside of each door. We thought it was weird, but we continued on. Inside the room, there was an old metal bed, which looked like something out of an old hospital, an armchair, and a wardrobe. The 3 other rooms contained a similar setup. After exploring all 4 rooms, we wanted to check out the top floor, but the stairs had been destroyed by a fire at some point. The only way up was through a hole in the ceiling in one of the 4 rooms. We pulled over a wardrobe and stood on it to see what was on the floor above. The floor looked unsafe, and it was even darker up there, so I didn't climb up all the way. Just shone my light around from where I was. That's when I found an old metal club with a wrist strap still attached. After showing my friend what I had found, I left it up there and climbed back down. Because it was so dark inside, we hadn't noticed the sun had set, and it was almost pitch black outside. We sat opposite the front door and each began rolling a cigarette, discussing what we had found, when something made me look up at one of the windows. To this day, I still struggle to find the words to describe what I saw. I saw a figure standing in the window of one of the bedrooms. It was not transparent like a traditional ghost, nor was it solid. It was almost like it was made out of liquid or smoke. Although it was so dark in the room, the figure seemed to be illuminated, as if it was giving off its own light. Despite its hazy appearance, I could make out that it was wearing a white doctor's coat, with a name tag on the left breast pocket. The face was too distorted to make out any features, but I could see 2 large black eyes staring at me. I sat there, completely frozen, to the spot, trying to comprehend what I was looking at. It could have been seconds, but it felt like hours. Suddenly, I regained control of myself, and without saying a single word, I jumped up and sprinted for the wall. As I was running, I was wondering to myself whether I had really seen it or not. At this point, my friend, who was a faster runner than me, overtook me and continued running up the road. Eventually, I caught up to him and asked him why he had been running. What he said next has haunted me ever since. I saw the doctor in the window.